Hi, everyone. I'm Valerie Sickles, Vice President of Marketing and Communications, Community Foundation of Louisville. I was introduced to the Community Foundation of Louisville many years ago through Give for Good Louisville. And all of these years later, it is quite evident the impact that Give for Good Louisville has on this community. After 10 years of inspiring generosity in this community, over 137,000 people have invested over $51 million back into this community as part of Give for Good Louisville. We hear from organizations all the time about the impact that Give for Good Louisville has had on their specific organization, particularly small organizations who don't necessarily have a marketing budget to market their organizations throughout the year, and then those larger organizations that have a huge impact on our community. So thank you so much for everyone who participates in Give for Good Louisville, who has participated over the last 10 years. We are so excited, and I'm excited for all of the organizations today. Best wishes to everyone, and happy Give for Good Louisville Day.
Ramona Dallum, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Chris?
Happy Give for Good Louisville Day.
Happy Give for Good Louisville Day. This is an amazing day for Louisville and for all of us who are really wanting to spark change and do good.
We just
so excited.
Feel that energy, the electricity. We got some great nonprofits here in the room to speak to as well. Ramona, I'm not gonna take up a moment more of your time, and more importantly of their time. Let's throw it over to you to make that first introduction.
Yes. So I am so happy to have Aretha Fuqua here with us with the West Louisville Tennis Club. And I just love the West Louisville Tennis Club because they are in Chickasaw Park, one of my favorite Olmsted parks. I live 2 blocks away from the park, and I tried to learn how to play tennis on that court when I was a little bitty girl. So Aretha, thank you for being here and for talking to us about the West Louisville Tennis Club. Tell us a little bit about the purpose of the club and what you're doing today.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I am here as I'm the president of the West Louisville Tennis Club, and we're here to support this great day of giving, and we're hoping and praying that there'll be a blessing in it for us as well. But as president of the West Louisville Tennis Club, I've been president for the last 5 years, and this is a very special year for us in that we have been existing as a volunteer organization in Chickasaw Park for 100 years. So this is our centennial anniversary, and we're trying to just make it a good opportunity for kids in the community, for aging adults, you know. So our mission is twofold. First, we exist to support the character development of our youth. And the only requirement to be a part of the West Louisville Tennis Club is a membership. Because we're a strictly volunteer organization, we have to have funds to sustain our existence, but we offer clinics during the out-of-school time for our kids in the summer. Not just kids, adults as well, because we figure there's 2 components. There's a youth who on one hand need us to help them with their character development. There are aging adults that have issues with diabetes, high blood sugar, and so forth. So we exist to provide them an exercise alternative that could better their health outcomes. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what we're about. But as I said, we've been in Chickasaw Park for 100 years, and it's a beautiful facility. We've just installed, in conjunction with Metro Parks, like 12 overhead lights that not only illuminate the courts, but also the park as well. So we've got 6 clay courts that are absolutely free, and that's a rarity in most cities. And the reason I'm here is to create awareness, first of all, of the good things that we're doing and solicit support, you know, to keep this good thing going.
Oh, Aretha, that's so good to hear, because, you know, Chickasaw is a historically Black park.
Yes, it is.
And it is so heartwarming for me to know that this is a 100-year legacy of Black people actually thriving in a sport that you really don't think of us participating in?
Yeah, and that's one of the premises for actually establishing the organization, because tennis has been a sport, I mean, way back in history, but it's always been cost prohibitive to the demographics of our community. So we as a club saw it as an opportunity to take what we love and use that skill to help other people, you know, develop into whatever they're going to be. So.
And the next Williams sisters are Coco Golf to come from the West Louisville Tennis Club in the future, right?
You know what? I've been praying for years for a Serena Williams or Coco Golf or somebody to pop out of the West End of Louisville. But we have a very, very promising junior program. And our juniors program, they consist of kids that range in age from 13 to 21, because we're going to give them. So if these kids are on tennis teams in schools and they have a desire to improve their skills, we fund certified professional coaches as long as they're a member. You know, so, you know, we've got kids that are getting better and better each day. So we might already have the Coco in the community, and I just don't know it.
That's amazing. Ramona, I was going to say too real quick, like, that's how a lot of this change happens, right? You see someone like Coco Gauff win that big title last weekend, and that's how change happens across the country.
Yes.
But more importantly, it's through the hard work of people like yourself who are really empowering those youths to get out there and do that. So,
well, you know, it's such a wonderful opportunity, because once you have those kids in your hand, you can nurture them, you can mentor them, you can teach them, and you can be an example before them. And what you teach them to do is pay it forward. So we're also creating another generation of compassionate people that are behind us, that soon I will be passing the baton to, because you know how that is.
Yes.
So
you have to create that pipeline of leadership.
You do, because one thing that you don't want to happen, you don't want to lose 100 years of legacy.
Yes.
That's all you have. That's why you live, right? So we're excited about the changes that are taking place.
Yeah. And today is the day that all Louisvillians in the entire world, because Gift for Good Louisville is accessible to the entire world through giftforgoodlouisville.org, and the entire world can support what the West Louisville Tennis Club is doing.
Right.
And all it takes is going on to that website and making that donation and that pledge. And there's even an opportunity for people to be recurring donors for the West Louisville Tennis Club. So I know you talked about awareness, and that's what you're here for, is the awareness. But I'm here to get people to act, because we have to spark even more generosity, and people can act by giving to the West Louisville Tennis Club today. And I want to tell you that yesterday I used my Community Foundation of Louisville charitable fund to actually make my donation to the West Louisville Tennis Club. So you'll be seeing it sometime during the day.
Thank you so much. So I was so excited about the day. I'm sitting at home and I'm thinking, I'm just waiting for 11:59. I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna do it first, right? But it didn't work out. I wasn't the first.
But you know, there's so many more ways to win. We got Kentuckiana trivia coming up tonight too, so you got a chance if you know Kentuckiana the best.
I'm not really good at trivia, you know.
But you got a lot of people out there that want to play on your behalf, right?
Oh, I hope so.
It's like you got Coco Gauff out there.
Oh, I hope so.
Real quick to get in and win that for you.
And we have that greatest 2 minutes of giving coming up.
Yeah.
And so you have an opportunity during that time for someone who gives to the West Louisville Tennis Club to actually boost that gift. So everybody get ready for that. I want to thank you so much, Aretha, for being with us today. This has been a joy. And I know that this is going to be a successful day for the West Louisville Tennis Club.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to thank the Community Foundation of Louisville for what you guys do, because you are the vehicle that's making all of this happen. And I know it isn't a simple task, but I've worked very closely with Jessica, you know, trying to do this social media thing, but you guys are doing a great job. You've done it for 10 years, and I'm just ecstatic to be a part of it. Absolutely.
Yes.
So
thank you, Aretha.
I was going to grab Jessica, but we'll see. Get a hug there and a selfie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did my part.
You know, Ramona, that's how it happens here. We make magic happen. And like you said, I love your calls to action throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it's all about, is donating. And we see we're coming up on that $2 million mark here.
It is coming. Come on, people. Let's keep giving so we can hit that $2 million mark. You know what? I really hope and it's not a hope. I know by 11:59 p.m. today, we will hit $10 million because this is the 10th year, and we are Louisville, Kentucky, and we are passionate about our people and making sure that this is community that supports all of us. So come on, give your donations today. We have so many nonprofits who are looking for your support and your partnership in helping them to make this community the community where all of us can prosper and aspire to be all that we can be.
Preach, Ramona. We'll be back in 15 seconds with our next nonprofit. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, y'all, it's Amy Nick with 102.3 The Rose. It is Kentuckiana's 10th annual Give for Good Louisville. Now let's get back to meeting all the wonderful nonprofit organizations back at Louisville Slugger Field.
I didn't hear that person.
I'll pull them up.
She said, we're throwing it right back here to Louisville Slugger Field. Again, it's Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy. I'm going to throw it back to Ramona Dallum, our host for our 11:30 hour, and let her introduce our next organization. Here we go, Ramona.
All right.
The train keeps on rolling.
Yes, it keeps on rolling because there are so many wonderful nonprofit organizations who are doing great work in our community to help all of us. And I think Mary talked about the twinkle to the wrinkle.
Twinkle to wrinkle.
The twinkle to the wrinkle. So from the babies to our elders. And so we have with us Mr. Arthur Cox, the executive director of the St. George's Scholar Institute.
That's right.
So Arthur, welcome.
Thank you. Happy Give Good Louisville Day
Yes.
to everybody. I know everybody's excited in the community about giving this wonderful opportunity to help the Louisville community throughout. So
Tell us about the St. George's Scholar Institute.
well, St. George's, we've been around for a long time. We celebrate 60 years next year. It's a youth development agency located in West Louisville. Our mission is to embrace, educate, and empower youth throughout Louisville. So we're really excited to be able to meet kids exactly where they are and help them on their journey of success.
And our last guest, Aretha Fuqua, was talking about legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And our children are that legacy that we're helping to build, and they're our future. And in order for Louisville to prosper, we have to have a pipeline of leaders who are ready to carry us forward into the next generation. Mm-hmm. So how is St. George's helping to do that?
Well, it's funny that you say that legacy, that pipeline. It brings to mind one of the young people that work for us now, Mr. Colin Groves, who used to be a toddler who just ran around the community and finally got his opportunity to come in and be a part of St. George's Scholar Institute and participate in the programs. Now, full circle, he's one of the employees of St. George's Scholar Institute. So we're really excited about him being on the team, and that's a real example of the pipeline of how we're taking kids from the community, helping them grow, growing them up, and then employing them, and hopefully they'll give back to the community like the community gave to them.
And hey guys,
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt real quick. I just want to bring your attention to this, Ramona. $2 million crossed. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
$2 million! We doing it. All
We're
right.
doing it.
Yeah.
So now that we know that people have given $2 million already today, but we're going to hit $10 million
That's
by
right.
the end of the day.
That's right.
How will St. George's Scholar Institute use the donations they receive today?
Well, all of our programs are free. So we have an urban arts program that helps kids design shoes like these and the ones I have on. We have an incredible partnership with the Kentucky Department of Education for free tutoring for 250 kids.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We send kids to college, have all kind of college and career readiness programming, mentoring programs. So all that money raised today goes directly towards programming for those kids throughout Jefferson County and beyond. And like I said, it's totally free programming from our summer program all the way throughout the year from September to May. Kids can get involved in a number of different programming activities at St. George's, and it's all free.
That is wonderful. And you know what I love about Give for Good Louisville is that every gift is an unrestricted gift. So that means that you as a nonprofit leader can decide how to use those dollars to best support your mission and the youth that you're helping. So every dollar that is given to St. George's today is going to go directly towards exactly what you need.
Absolutely, absolutely. We love unrestricted dollars.
Every nonprofit loves unrestricted dollars. And so we see this as our biggest grant-making program at the Community Foundation of Louisville, because it's not just the Community Foundation of Louisville staff that gets to make grants, but it's everyone who gives today. Absolutely. You're making a grant to a nonprofit so they can do even more in community.
Yeah.
So if someone is watching this live stream who is not from Louisville, because you know we're streaming all over the world, what do you want them to know about Kentuckiana and this community as it relates to the nonprofits Give for Good Louisville Day? What do you think people need to know about us?
Well, as I travel, and I travel quite a bit around the country, in other places, what I start to realize is just how much people care about Kentucky that live here. I mean, this community does a tremendous job of raising funds for different nonprofits, not just St. George's, but nonprofits throughout our community. All are going to prosper because Kentuckiana is a giving community.
Wonderful. We are a giving community. We're sparking generosity today. We're going to help the kids at the St. George Scholar Institute. We are creating a pipeline of leaders for this city and this world, this country. So I just thank you for all of the work that you are doing, Arthur, and I know the work that you will continue to do. And how can we get some of those cool tennis shoes?
Well, we're in the process of having kids design shoes for themselves and for other people. So real shortly, we'll send you some information on how you can purchase.
Yeah, because I need me some kicks like those.
Yeah. If you go to our website, you can purchase T-shirts.
I can purchase a T-shirt. Will it look like your T-shirt?
Or better.
Better?
Yes. This
All
shirt
right.
or better.
So, everyone out there in the digital streaming world, you know St. George's Scholar Institute is out there. You have some T-shirts that you can purchase through them after you give through Give for Good Louisville.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Arthur.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Arthur. We appreciate it. There's my mic. Thanks, Arthur. We appreciate you, buddy. Great to meet you. And good luck today during Give for Good Louisville.
Thank you.
Ramona, we'll be back in 60 seconds with one more group here in your 11:30 hour. All right?
Wonderful.
Right back. Our 2023 Give for Good Louisville Premier Prize Partner is Churchill Downs. Our presenting prize partner is the Sam Swope family. Our prize champions are Derby City Gaming and Hotel and William O. Alden Jr. Our prize leaders are Caesars Foundation of Floyd County, LG&E and KU Foundation, and the Owsley Brown II Family Foundation. Our prize advocate is the Shelby County Community Foundation. Our prize supporters are the Geens Foundation, Jewish Heritage Fund, Brown Forman, and Republic Bank. Our training partner is 2020 Strategic Consultants. Our presenting media partner is WHAS 11. Our supporting media partners are Wave 3 News, WLKY, Spectrum Reach, Courier Journal, Al Dia, Today's Woman, Louisville Business First, WLOU 104.7 FM, 102.3 The Rose, 99.7 DJX, B96.5, Alt 105.1, Magic 101.3, Lamar, Outfront, the Louisville Downtown Partnership, Louisville Public Media, and Monday.com. Our Giving Day partners are the Louisville Bats, Louisville Slugger Field, and Park Community.
You hear what I said?
All right,
I said,
Ramona, it's just
Oprah,
about
you
go
done a good
time.
job.
You just about ready to go?
Yeah. Ready.
All right, Ramona, here we go. Take it away.
All right. So we just saw that huge list of partners that make this day possible. We thank all of them for really leaning into this community, leaning into Give for Good Louisville Day. And we especially want to thank our prize partners. Because of them, every donation that's given today has the potential to be boosted with extra dollars for our nonprofit partners. And right now, we're getting ready to talk with one of those partners. We have Lamont Collins with Roots 101 African American Museum. Lamont, tell us a little bit about Roots 101.
Well, Roots 101 is the only African American museum in Louisville, Kentucky. I always say that we're descendants of kings and queens that were enslaved in America, and we tell the story of the African American journey. I'll say legacies matter, and so does everyone else in this community.
All right. So why is it important for all Louisvillians in the world to understand what's happening at Roots 101 and the history of African Americans and the contributions of African Americans?
Good question. Well, first of all, Black history is American history. And I always say we're the bulldozers for bulldozers, jackhammers for jackhammers, and engineers for engineering degrees, which means we help build this place. And I think America has to understand and talk about our contributions, and we have to have places to tell our own narrative. And that's what I always talk about at Roots, is telling our narrative and also having equity in the process. So that's very important.
All right. So today is all about Give for Good Louisville. We're sparking generosity and meaningful change. So how has your participation in Give for Good Louisville impacted Roots 101?
Oh, it's been everything. And now I'm doing a build a block, buy the block campaign, where I'm actually buying the building in the front of me, of the building I have currently, because it's so important to have ownership so you can tell your story. And that's what I always drive on, is that the build a block campaign or buy the block campaign is so different, because so many people want to buy a block in a certain area of town that's decimated. I want to buy a property that's in downtown Louisville, owned by a Black organization, Black-led organization. So it's a power shift, it's a game shift that we have to go to, because all of Louisville belongs to all of us. So it's just as important owning a building on downtown Louisville as it is the west end of Louisville. And it's also important to own a building and not just keep leasing from people, but owning something. And that's where our community has to get to, is ownership. So this whole campaign is about roots, but it's about equity. And as Roots 101, I always talk about equity and ownership, because if not, we're just renting buildings from people that always had the buildings, and we have to own those buildings. And that's my biggest push, along with history.
And you know, when you talk about ownership, you're also talking about wealth creation, legacy. But as you were talking, I also love history. I was just reminded that where you're currently located is not far from where people that look like me, Black folks, were actually auctioned off and sold and shipped down the Ohio River.
Yes.
Your location overlooks both of those areas. So owning that area is a way to reclaim our place.
Yes, and it's so important, because what we're seeing is that museums and organizations are getting dollars for telling our story, but those dollars go to those organizations and not people that look like us. So buying Roots 101 downtown, overlooking the river where we escaped to the Ohio River for freedom, is really a full circle moment. And we talk about the slave block, where they marched the slaves to the river, and the saying going down river started in Kentucky, because Kentucky was a breeding state, and they grew slaves just like you breeded cats and dogs. So our history of Kentucky was to breed us and ship us, right? So how beautiful is to have a place where you're not breeding us and you're not shipping us, but you're educating us. And that's why Roots is so important.
Yeah, educating and creating that pipeline of the next leaders,
Yes.
the next group of people that can help Louisville be all that it was intended to be and can be.
Yes.
So I'm so glad that you've taken on this work. Someone told me a while back ago, and I don't know if it's true, but that a lot of the artifacts in the museum you personally own.
Yes, correct.
Is that how did you get started in collecting those artifacts?
Well, when I was little, I always knew that our story wasn't told. So when I was in college, University of Louisville, I had a friend that his dad was an attaché, a government attaché for Senegal. So in the 70s, nobody was really buying our history. Matter of fact, Black people were throwing away our history, not collecting our history. And it was so important to me to start collecting. So over the years, I've collected. I'm 64 now, so 30, 40 years. and I was blessed enough to have a big enough home to have it. So really the museum started from my basement. And the coolest thing about the basement is in my neighborhood, people that were uncomfortable when they got in my basement. And I would ask them, why are you uncomfortable with me telling my story, but so comfortable when you tell your story? So it came a way that I knew it was purpose and a plan to tell our story and our narrative.
And you know what I love, Lamont, about that story is that you started with your own personal passion, and now you're sharing that with the rest of the world so we can all grow and evolve through the passion that you have. And I think that we see that with a lot of nonprofit leaders, is that they began with a small passion, that small spark, that with the right fuel and resources and support, that can blossom and really fuel further change. So I am so glad that you are here today and that people can use their dollars to help to continue to spark that vision and provide a place where all of us, every Louisvillian, can come learn more about the people who are in our communities.
It's definitely needed. Thank you. And I always say that the greatest leader, or as the African proverb says, the greatest king plants shade trees knowing he never set up under. So this is my way of planting a shade tree for our people to learn, for all people to learn how we're better together in this country at its greatest moments, and when we all walk together, not separate.
Oh, that's a good word. We have to walk together, not separately. So let's walk together to your computer or your mobile device, and let's give today for Give for Good Louisville. And Lamont, thank you so much for Roots 101 African American Heritage Museum, and good luck with today.
All right. Thank you.
Lamont, thank you so much for the great work that you do. We really, really appreciate it. It's a powerful conversation.
Well, thank you. It's about the relationship and not the dollar.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will be back in just about 2 minutes here. We're going to get Ron Gallo in place. Ramona, you've been wonderful. You got a television spot to run to. You're a popular woman today.
Yes, but, I'm headed on to talk to Don G and Evolve 502. And then I'll be back later on this afternoon, right?
We will miss you in the meantime, but I will see you at 3 o'clock. We've got Paul Capello coming in from Udell Botanical Gardens here in just a moment. He's in the right place. So, Paul, if you can hear us, you can give us a wave. We'll see you in just a moment. He's giving a little salute there. There you go. But we will be right back. We'll get Ron Gallo in place. Thank you, Ramona. You're the best. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
And stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is Give for Good Louisville 2023 live.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right. You were brilliant.
You're going to do well, too. Thank you, Lamont.
Right, like.